So we are at it again with another golden hour today. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Now today, as you can see, we're doing another DIY. Not a designer, well, half of it is gonna be designer, and actually the designer part I kind of decided to insert into this video, even though it is not in the thumbnail, at least not as of now. I don't know what I'm gonna decide later, but anyways, today we are making some viral items that I saw. Well, not some, just one. One item that I saw going viral, and I really wanted to do it because it's honestly, you know, a bit pricey, and I really like to kind of like dress up, and I thought that this top was really cute, especially for summer. And the next top that I actually decided to insert to this video as well, it's one top that I saw that was sold on Urban Outfitters, you guys, for no other than 50 bucks, and I was kind of like, no. Now, even though I actually did something very similar about a year and a half ago, I would say, probably somewhere in March last year, I kind of decided to redo it because last time I was doing it, you know, in a different way. And also the reason I decided to put it in this video is because I kind of, you know, it was on TikTok and a lot of people thought that I don't want to share the materials or whatever that is. So this is not the case. So I'm sharing everything in this video, you guys. So now without further ado, let's just get this video started. To start off with the first top, you're gonna need some pins. You're also gonna need some measuring tape, of course scissors, and lastly you're gonna need some thread, and of course the most important thing, any fabric that you want. Literally you can use anything. Obviously I really like satin, so I use that. So first you're gonna fold your fabric into two, and basically what you're gonna do, you're just gonna measure a rectangle, which is gonna be 11 by 23. At least this is what I did. Now of course if you have a larger, you know, type of girls, if you know what I mean, then clearly you're gonna be needing to kind of like adjust the size. Maybe I would suggest 25 by 13, or again, depends really on the size that you have. And so from here, once I measured, I pretty much just mark it with some pins so that I'll know where to cut my fabric. So that's just gonna be really easy in the process. So from here, all I'm doing, I'm just cutting the fabric. Now pretty much it's just gonna look kind of like a pillowcase in a way. In my opinion, honestly, this is kind of like the best way to really explain it, because once you're gonna get these rectangle type of vibes, all you're gonna be doing is just you're going to pin it down. Please don't be as, you know, confident as myself, unless of course you are already a pro. I don't really know what I was thinking to myself, to be quite honest, that I was just so positive and confident that I just took it just like that and just took it into the sewing machine. But anyways, from here, as you can see, we are pretty much sewing the other side, not the good side, but the other side together. So that pretty much, again, as I mentioned, you just want to think about it as if you are making a pillowcase. So that's how it's going to be easier. And you want to make sure that you have 1 inch of like a seam allowance, so that once you flip the fabric out, it actually looks so flawless, so you don't even care if you made any mistakes, just like I did. And as you can see right here, I'm flipping the fabric out, making sure that I'm having my iron on the lowest settings. I think it was like silk type of settings. And so once I had that, I pretty much just went ahead and kind of like iron it, making sure that everything is smooth. I know I pronounce iron like really bad, so I'm sorry for that. But anyways, once we are here, pretty much all I'm doing this time, I actually decided to pin it down, as you can see, and not being so confident anymore, because this is the outer part side and I want to make sure it looks perfect. So then once again, we are back to sewing, and here's my friend Corey, that thanks to her, she was watching me while I was doing my very first project, you guys. So anyways, from here, you would want to create something that pretty much look like a tube. So you're just going to take kind of like, you know, I would say 1.5 inches or like 2 inches, and just you're going to run 2 lines of thread. So basically, as I mentioned, it's just gonna look like a tube. You want to make sure that you are doing that in both sides of the top. And then from here, as you can see, we are cutting more fabric just so that we can make our own strap that will fit, you know, the top really nicely. But then again, if you're asking my opinion, you can definitely just buy a strap at Joann's. It's just gonna be really, like, you're gonna save your life pretty much. So that's the only great tip that I can give you from this video. But then once you have the strap, pretty much, so now moving into my simmer, pretty much what I'm doing, I'm just taking it and open my tube channels, and now you're pretty much ready to take your strap and just run it through. So basically what you're gonna do on the top, you're just gonna take the strap and run it through. It can be with the barbecue stick or whatever that is, and on the bottom you're gonna take your strap and just run it through from each side, so you get something that looks almost like a sleeve or like a tank top, and that is pretty much it. So the second top I'm going to show you guys is inspired by the Supreme Bralette. So all you're going to be needing is pretty much one of these strapped bands that I'm going to link down below. And I'm also using my Calvin Klein Bralette. You can use any other one that you want. It doesn't have to be this one. And as you can see, I didn't end up removing the actual band of the Calvin Klein, but I just added the Supreme one on top of it. So pretty much all I'm doing, I'm just pinning it down into the fabric and getting into sewing, and that is pretty much it. Your bralette is already ready to go. As I mentioned, you guys, you can pretty much just use any bralette that you want, and if you can use something that doesn't have a band, it's even better. Also, by the way, Urban Outfitters sell it for $50, you guys. So there you have it. Look at that. This is so pretty, and I'm actually so in love with this.
And lately I ain't thinking straight. Your body's amazing.
So that completes my video, you guys. As always, I hope that you guys really liked this video. Also, please don't forget, as I always mention, everything that I mentioned here in this video will be linked down below. I have nothing to hide. I don't know why on TikTok, from some reason, it just like, every time I posted the name of the store, it kind of like took it down. So I'm not sure like what was going on. People were so mad at me. I have nothing to hide, so I'm gonna say it right here, right now. Everything is down below in the description. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below here. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!